I hear another track where I touch upon Alzheimer's and how I wait for it to come knocking at my door. I think statistically I'm probably in line for it. Runs in my family pretty good. My mother and her mother. And I seem to take after them psychologically in so many ways. A type A personality, intellect, in the way I see the world, perhaps. I'd like to say I have it. I'd like to say I see the world the way it is, not as I wish it to be. I mean, for what it's worth. Little Buffalo Springfield. I talked about me wanting to get inside the machine and figured the least I could do is bring Goddaddy along for the ride. Seems to me I'm bringing a lot of musicians too. I think we should probably touch on some different, music genres. What do you think? Some Polish polkas, maybe, In heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. And when we're gone from here, our friends will be drinking all the beer. Oh, man. Yeah, that's people I come from my father's side, man. I don't know. I can just still see the bar as a child with a salt shaker at just about every other stool down the bar up in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that was the thing. You maybe poured a little, I guess before tequila and lime, whatever, wasn't cool. I guess you lick the back, and pour tables, and then you hit it. Okay, so I try to keep up. Yes, I'm including myself in that last statement. Commandment. It pains me to tell you this. I wanted to lay down this track because I have to swallow. I want to clear my throat. Man, don't take off your glasses, dude. Your crib notes are gone. What crib notes? Well, there's some there. I was institutionalized as a youth. Can you believe that? As a quote unquote, with my fingers, as Chris Plant would say. I'm making quotation marks with my fingers. Troubled. I was a troubled child. And I really can't remember how Dominion Psychiatric Treatment Center fits into this. And it has to be before Arlington. And it has to be before Arlington Alcoholic Treatment Center. It has to be. So, okay, maybe, but after the suicide attempt, maybe, perhaps the Raven is already at my door, right? I mean, a lot of that's just so blurry. One may be an annex or a sub of the other, a department of the hospital or the wing. I remember at night they had a hall monitor because you couldn't shut your doors to your rooms, and there was usually like 2 people to a room, or maybe 3 sometimes. Females on one side, males on the other. And of course you had an all-night monitor, staff member there, who would literally sit there in a chair at the end of the hallway. Talk about what is it they call that? The DMZ? The demilitarized zone or something? The no man's land? I have that right. I remember we were given a class, leather tanning, keep us busy stuff. Teach us a craft for when they release us with our $20 bill in our suit or whatever into society. Back into society, rehabilitated youths. And I was making this leather wallet, and I want to say I was forbidden from embossing in any way a pot leaf into the leather, but yet I could emboss the word Heineken in. Love drinking that Heineken because you get like a meal with your Blackout. Okay. No, not as okay. Quick. So, keep me there. I got my crib now. Okay, not as quick as okay. I can take this side shot, but not as quick as Mickey's malt liquor. Oh, an 8-pack of those, and I had a high tolerance for ethyl alcohol. But if I slammed an 8-pack of those, you're getting a meal. The calories, Mickey's malt liquor, okay? Mickey's malt alcohol. Oh. Yeah, if I slammed an 8-pack of Mickey's, I can guarantee you that's a Blackout. I'm gone, and I may still be functioning. To you, apparently to you, but I'm out. I'm gone. There will be no memory of it the next day for me. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. So, I always thought that was interesting. Hey, Mr. Transparency, Mr. Level Playing Field. I love everybody. And I'll crack on anybody, I don't care. Crack on me back. As long as it's not, vindictive, evil stuff, I've been kind of hesitant to touch that Quran, though, if I'm being honest. I said I was going to touch on it. I'm just going to wait a little while. Till the end of time. Black Blade. Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah, it seems like I'm taking a lot of artists along with me into the machine. We're going to live. They're going to make a meat sack for me. And that looks like Denzel Washington. Whoever that Captain America, he looks effeminate to me. I'm sorry, that Christopher something with the blonde-haired kid. No, just make me a Denzel Washington meat sack. Maybe, no, Denzel. And then put my persona in there, put me in there in the machine, in the meat sack, and we're good to go. And I'm going to get me some women. That's how I see it. What am I bringing to the table? Me. I'm bringing me to the table. I think that's quite enough for you mad scientists. Dang. Everybody's got to bitch about something sometime. So, why not? I taught them. Yeah, you get through doing and I don't know, Matt, the child shrinker ever hears this. I got through doing the cubes where you see the picture on the page, and you've got these cubes, and each side of the cube is like one triangle is white and one is red, or something like that, okay? And you got to take the cubes and jockey them all around, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, only on 2 dimensions or something, and match what you see. Okay, so I was thinking, I blew a few of those out pretty fast. I was like, does that make me smart? That good, doctor, because they're doctors too. I guess even juniors, psychologists, they're always so neutral. They always have that neutral in it. Because I was knocking them out, monkey see, monkey do. And I'd make the blocks look like the picture. I was like, am I smart? I don't know if it was right after my suicide attempt or not, and I 17, probably, I want to say. Yeah, probably, I don't know. Yeah, so there must have been 2 treatment centers. Well, quote unquote, treatment centers. So, yeah, and this is where I talked about the half-man tenant. Did I leave a dangling participle just said? Dominion can't keep the 2 straight. Would be therapy. Okay. I was going to go off on a tangent. Okay, well, we have to come back now. So, because we're almost 11 minutes in this, that's bull. We ain't going to reshoot that. See, a half-man tenant. So, think of a straight jacket, only add like a straight blue jeans to it. You get me? Okay. So, it's like planking before planking was cool. How's that? Only on your back. Yeah. Or King Tut-like. There you go. Because I think that was one of the choices you had. Or that was the only choice you had. You had to fold your arms like King Tut. Or any good corpse out of viewing, you know. Yeah. I want to say that's the facility where we planned the Great Escape. And we were successful, by the way. That's right. You can call me Jean Valjeanski. Because I escaped that tyrannical place. And the warden didn't catch me. Ha ha ha! Man, we banged out that plexiglass window because we knew that was the weakest one in the common room. We cased our cell. Our prison. We created some kind of distraction, and then me and another guy went up there with like one of the chairs, and we were just taking the chair, just banging into the plexiglass, and that thing gave. Boom, everything fell out, and we hopped out. Boom, we were running. I was up in a tree, night had fallen, and I saw this cruiser, Alexandria, Arlington, with Dodge on. Okay, so there must have been a sub. I don't know, man. Arlington, yeah, it was Arlington. Yeah, city police officer. I want to say, and I seen him coming. I was in a residential district. I don't know. It was very dark 30, and I was up in a tree just chilling, man. I was like, okay, it's kind of chilly, but not too chilly for chilly. It's like I'm young. I just got to make it through the night. Be all right. Next morning, I remember walking up the street. My ultimate plan was to get to my dad's house because I'm a ping pong player. I'll just get to my dad's and he'll cover me, whatever, and I won't have to go back to this stupid. Expensive detention center, if I'm being honest. But what's a single mother to do? What's a single parent to do? Especially a single mother. Yes, there I said it. A nurturer with no one there to help her instill discipline in the child. And the child's allowed to run amok. I do not blame the child. I blame you. You are guilty. And you will answer for that. You know, one of those commandments talks about honoring your mother and father. Well, I'm willing to go out on a limb and say, I'll bet you there's reciprocity that's expected there by the instructor, the creator of the commandment. I would imagine he would entertain reciprocity there. Was that safe enough? Because I was really getting shaky in my skin talking like that. I know, right? You love me, and I love you too. Who dares disturb my oration? I'm not looking because I don't want to blow my eye. Well, no. I mean, where do you go from half-man tenant, really? Where do you go from that? I mean, beyond the perspiration. And the begging to can you at least unzip me at the chest because I'm sweating. Told you about the other cat. Now, I mentioned it briefly in another video. Cat a brother, young man, He sported a he rocked the fro. I'm gonna say my boy rocked the fro. He can roll out them damn body bags, man. All laced up didn't matter. He could get it rolling back and forth. Well, them people obviously didn't know how to tie. They weren't Boy Scouts tying them knots. That's all I'm saying. He wasn't all that. He wasn't no Black Houdini. No, maybe he was. Man, go away. Lawyers. I'm orating here. I better stop here too. I don't want to touch on that. I'm gonna write it down and then weigh it, much like the Quran. Peace. Love you. I do love you.